Breaking into the music industry as a producer in South Africa is no walk in the park. Unlike artists who can gain attention through live performances and social media, producers often struggle to make their mark. They face difficulties like limited networking opportunities and often have fewer platforms to showcase their talent. While artists can cultivate their audiences with stage presence and vocal skills, producers solely rely on the quality of their beats in order to catch attention. This means they need to work extra hard in order to stand out in a crowded field. Additionally, the music industry tends to prioritize artists over producers in terms of recognition and financial gain. Artists are often the face of the music, while producers often remain behind the scene, receiving less credit and compensation for their contribution. This discrepancy makes it even tougher for producers to break through and gain recognition for their work. Sometimes, producers find it hard to work with artists who are super picky about the beats that they want. These type of picky artists have a clear picture in their mind of the sound that they are after, and if the producer's beats don't match up with that exactly, it can lead to disagreements and frustration. That's why it's important for producers to create something that they and the artist are gonna love. But when the artist is super selective, it can make the process longer and more challenging. And both parties have to work extra hard in order to find a common ground, which can negatively affect the financial side of things. I mean, producers make money in different ways, but the most common way is through royalties. When a song they have worked on gets played on the radio, streamed online, or even sold, producers get a cut of the earnings. For example, let's say a song makes 20,000 rands in royalties. The producer might get 3 to 5% of that money, which would be 600 rand if they get 3% and 1000 rands if they get 5%. However, artists usually get a bigger share of the pie. They might get like 15 to 20% of the royalties. So if a producer and an artist are on the same song and the song makes 20,000 rands in royalties, the artist might get 3,000 rands if it's 15% and 4,000 rands if they get 20% of the royalties. This means producers usually make less money from each song compared to the artist. But some producers also get paid upfront for their work, especially if they are well known or working with big artists. Meaning these producers don't depend on royalties, so if you want to make a song with them, you have to pay them before they make the song. These type of producers get paid a specific amount of money for producing a song, regardless of how well the song performs afterwards. So for example, let's say you make a hit song and then the song makes maybe 5 to 10 million. The producer is not gonna get any of that money because you've already paid them before they made the song. But don't get it twisted, like these type of producers who get paid upfront, they are very expensive. They usually range from 20,000 to 50,000 rands just to produce one song. But the amount of money that they charge artists usually depends on their experience and reputation, so the more famous and the more experience they have, the more expensive it is to work with them. Producers like Metro Booming and DJ Khaled probably charge hundreds and thousands of dollars just to make one song. On the other hand, artists have more leverage to negotiate for a higher financial gain, especially when they are the ones writing the lyrics and performing the song. This means while producers play a crucial role in creating the music, they typically receive a smaller share of the earnings compared to the artist. It's a balance between upfront payments and long-term royalties, and both parties need to find a fair arrangement that reflects their contribution to the song. Another thing that determines how successful or how much money a producer makes is branding, especially in SA hip-hop. Like, it's really important for South African producers and producers everywhere to build their own brand. Look at Metro Booming, Mustard, DJ Khaled, Weezy, they have their own brand. They've built their brand in such a way that they've become more than the people who make beats behind the scenes. They've become public figures instead. Like, DJ Khaled is not just known for his beats, he's known for his catchphrase, his social media presence, and a larger-than-life personality. People recognize him wherever he goes. Same thing goes with Metro Booming. He's not just a producer, he's a brand. When producers create their own brand, they open up new opportunities for themselves. They can collaborate with more artists, score endorsements, and even branch out into other areas like fashion and entrepreneurship. SA producers like Mashbeatz and others like DJ Slique, DJ Maphorisa, DJ Citi Lytes, Gemini Major, and Zoocci Coke Dope, all these producers have done a similar thing. They've made a name for themselves just like the artists that they work with. Instead of staying in the background, they've stepped into the spotlight. That's what allowed them to gain a fan base and work with more artists on even bigger projects. It's like they've turned their passion for music into their own personal brand, and it's paying off big time.